Welcome to the Empower Her podcast. I'm Deanna, an ex-corporate manager turned certified coach, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. My goal is to guide you and support you in understanding what you really want in life, what steps to take to get there, and learn to actually enjoy the ride. Whether you are climbing the corporate ladder, a stay-at-home parent, or an entrepreneur, I coach you on how to believe you are worthy of a balanced, happy, and energetically positive life in work and at home. My goal in this podcast is to help you recognize patterns, implement change, and use your energy for positivity within yourself and your own life. I believe you don't have to suffer in this lifetime. You can create a life on your terms based on what you want, regardless of what that looks like. It is about reframing your beliefs, letting go of negative thoughts, and looking at your life as a set of opportunities there for you. I'm so excited to get started. Hello, and welcome back to the Empower Her podcast. We are in November. The time has changed. I know it changed like 2 weeks ago, depending on where you were, but just getting sort of situated. The only thing that's positive about the fall back change is that we get an hour of sleep, but the darkness, this is where my loving fall, falling in love with fall, falling in love with winter is really going to be tested with the darkness because your girl does not like the dark. So we will see. I hope y'all are enjoying it, or at least trying to enjoy it, or hopefully I can inspire you to see the positive of it. And speaking of fall and winter, today I want to talk about a topic that I've been seeing all over my social media, and that's the winter arc. I don't know if y'all have seen this TikTok trend, but basically, this is the time of year when everyone's going to start telling you to rethink the way you've done things, think about goal setting, blah, blah, all that stuff. And this winter arc trend is something that came up on my For You page on TikTok. And I think it's been around for a while, but I don't know, maybe I'm just behind, but I just saw this trend this year. But basically, the premise of the winter arc is you want to use winter time. So the months of winter, like basically they started this in like October, like from October basically to like springtime, like April-ish. You want to use this time to become your hottest, baddest self. And I thought this was really interesting. And as I mentioned, I'm trying to make the most of every season. So I like the premise of using winter time, using the cold time, using the darker time of year, using the time of year that maybe isn't always the happiest, especially from like January to April, to do something for yourself. I like this premise. But it does feel, and a lot of what people have been posting, it feels really similar to like 75 hard, where you do for 75 days, like those intense workouts and, change your diet and all those, other trends. And it's just, it feels like some strict habits to me that are being implemented in a short amount of time to get a result. So I like the concept of a winter arc. I like the idea. I like the thought of using winter time to really see, what you can achieve. But I think the challenge with this is that this concept perpetuates the idea of going all in for a short amount of time, right? And maybe you'll get a result, but when the time is up or even before it, you won't be able to sustain it because it was such a massive change. It was so intense. So that's why I just don't love the concept of 75 hard. I think winter arc in general is good, but I don't love all the videos I'm seeing. And, it's usually done by like a mass level of people, right? Everyone's doing the same thing, like 75 hard. It's very similar for everybody. But I just truly believe that like if you want to have change, you need to create small but personalized habits that you slowly, keyword, slowly add to your routine. So because I really like this winter arc obsession, I wanted to give you my version of a winter arc, something that I feel like is sustainable past winter time, something that I think you can really implement and make changes to your life that will last you for a long time. It's still going to get you the results you want, maybe not as fast, but they're going to be sustainable. And ultimately, that's sort of the goal anyways. So let's plan your winter arc a la Deanna, my version of a winter arc. Okay. So first, I want you to pick 4 topics or areas that you're going to focus on. I have 4 recommended topics, but again, you can change these depending on, if you have a career, you're a stay-at-home mom, like whatever your situation is. The first topic is pick one nervous system or mindset tool or something goal that you want to achieve. So for example, that could be having less anxiety, sleeping better, feeling more comfortable around people in social situations, anything that has to do with mindset or nervous system regulation. I would recommend this for everybody, regardless. Second thing is pick one health-related goal. Maybe that's staying more hydrated, eating more protein, moving your body more, regulating your hormones, like whatever that is, right? Again, something specific towards you, something I would also recommend that you pick. The third one is a career, like a work or a career. Now, if you're not working necessarily, you can apply it to your life in some sort of way. But this could be something like, increasing your sales numbers, supporting more customers, get a higher rating on your yearly review, get a promotion, pick a goal you want to achieve that's like work, career related. And then fourth is pick a personal goal. So that could be learning a new language, getting certified in something, reading more, having more fun, doing more self-care. It can literally be anything. Maybe it's doing more Legos. Like, who cares? Whatever, something that you want to do that makes you happy, right? So we're picking 4 goals that you want to achieve, okay? 4 things, one of each topic. Pick something that is not super overwhelming, something you can do in the next couple of months, okay? We want to be realistic, okay? But you also want to be as specific as possible. So once you have your goals, so you have these 4 goals, now you're going to create a habit that you're going to implement day to day, okay? So let's start with mindset. Let's say you pick the goal of you want to sleep better, okay? The habit that you're going to implement is you will do a 5-minute nervous system regulation tool before bed every night. Let's say you pick a visualization, okay? So what you're going to do is, if your mindset goal is to have better sleep, you're going to decide that your habit is, and again, this is just an example, you do what you want. But let's say the habit you want to implement is 5 minutes of nervous system regulation before bed. It's a visualization, okay? You're going to do this every night for a week, okay? And this is all you're going to do. Okay. For the health goal, let's say your health goal is to eat more protein. Okay. What's your habit going to be? Let's say your habit is to increase your protein intake to at least 30 grams for your main 3 meals of the day. Okay. Let's talk about your career goal. Maybe your career goal is to increase sales. Okay. And let's say your habit is just going to be make 5 extra phone calls a day. All right. Personal goal. Let's say your personal goal is to read more. Okay, you're going to pick 2 books, you're going to buy them, and you're going to read for 10 pages. You're going to read 10 pages every night, okay? So you've created your 4 goals. You've created one habit for each of your goals, something that you can implement. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start just with 1 goal and 1 habit, okay? So first you're just going to do your mindset goal, okay? Your mindset goal was to do 5 minutes of nervous system regulation. So that means for 1 week, you are only going to implement 5 minutes of nervous system regulation. Forget everything else. Only implement 5 minutes of nervous system regulation. You do it for a week. It starts to feel natural. It starts to feel normal. It starts to become a habit. Then week 2, you're going to implement your health goal, which is increase your protein intake to 30 grams for your 3 main meals, okay? So then week 2, you're doing your 5 minutes of nervous system regulation at night, and you're eating 30 grams of protein per meal for a week straight, okay? After the second week, does this become natural? Does this feel good? Now we're moving on to week 3. Then you're going to add your personal goal, which is, your career goal is next, but you can do whatever order. Career goal is make 5 extra phone calls a day, okay? So week 3, you're doing 5 minutes of nervous system regulation at night. You're eating 30 grams of protein per meal, and you're doing 5 extra phone calls Monday through Friday. Okay, that's week 3. Starts to feel natural, starts to feel normal. You're increasing that. It's feeling good. It's feeling like a good habit. It's feeling like a part of your day. Week 4, now's your personal goal. Okay, your personal goal was to read 10 pages every night. So week 4, you're doing 5 minutes of nervous system regulation. You're eating 30 grams of protein per meal. you are doing 5 extra phone calls Monday through Friday, and you're reading 10 pages every night. Okay? So by week 4, you should have implemented 4 new habits. They should feel normal. They should feel positive. They shouldn't feel forced. They should feel like something that feels natural to you and happy. Do you see how I didn't tell you to do all these things starting from Monday and then you need to do these for 75 days and you're forced to do them? You see how I didn't do that? No, the goal is that you're creating small habits, you're implementing these into your daily life, you're making sure that they stick, and then, and only then, afterwards, are you going to implement something new? And then do the same thing again once that sticks. Then you're going to add on. We're stacking these habits. We're adding more and more habits. But not until the one before feels good. Not until the one before feels natural. Okay? Because the whole point is we want these to be sustainable. They're not going to be sustainable if you decide all of a sudden that you're just going to implement a bunch of random habits that you think feel good, but you're not going to have any emotional attachment. They aren't going to feel good to do, and it's going to feel forced, right? That's not going to work. That's why so many New Year's resolutions don't work, because you start putting these big ass goals, right? You start doing all these big ass things and you can never complete them because there's no purpose. There's no reason behind it. You're not giving yourself to acclimate to the new situation. You can't change your life overnight. You need to do it in small steps. So take these 4 areas, create 4 goals, 1 task for each, and for 4 weeks, slowly, 1 week at a time, implement the 4 tasks. And by the end of the 4 weeks, by week 5, these are going to be natural things, and you're going to feel like a whole new person. Okay? And I want to say that while you're doing this and when you're implementing any habit, you should really be listening to your body. So let me give you an example. Let's say it's nighttime, so you have your 10 pages of reading that you have as your habit, but let's say you're exhausted. And that 10 pages of reading is like, let's say it's like 20 minutes, and you could really use 20 more minutes of sleep, then sleep. Why are you reading if you need more sleep, right? It's about implementing these habits without burning yourself out. That's the goal, because everything that I teach on, everything that I coach on is about changing your life without burning out, without stressing yourself out. I want it to feel natural. I want it to feel normal. I want it to feel like it's something that is actually a part of your life rather than something extra you're doing that's feeling stressful and out of place. We're creating habits for the long term, not for 75 days, not for the winter time, for the long term, for months and years ahead of you, okay? This is how it's going to work if you do it this way, okay? I'd love for you to try this. This is my habit implementing trick. This is my version of the winter arc. And if you do these 4 different goals and have these 4 different tasks, you're going to be a new person by the end. You're going to be a new person by the end of winter. When's the end of winter? March. You're going to be a new person by then if you do this. And then just do these 4 tasks. Implement these 4 habits until February or March, and see how it goes. And then you can implement more later once they become completely part of your day, once they feel good, once they feel totally natural, right? And then you can implement more. Then you can make more changes. You can set new goals. It's not about doing everything at once. It's not about breaking yourself to the point where it feels challenging and like you can't be yourself and you can't live your life the way you want to. No. It's about implementing small habits that are going to make massive change over long periods of time, okay? That's the goal, and that's what you should have in front of you, okay? Try it. Let me know how it goes. DM me on Instagram at Coach Deanna DeBolt. I really want to hear your updates if you try this, and let me know. And I'm so excited for this to work for you. I think this is such a good way to look at the winter arc, something that's actually going to be sustainable long term. Alrighty, I hope you all have an amazing week, and I'll catch you in the next episode. And if you love this episode, don't forget to follow the podcast and leave a review. And of course, you can follow me at Coach Deanna DeBolt on TikTok and Instagram. I'll catch you next time.